Some big headlines, some details on tax policy. What are you seeing and what do you make of this so far, Jodi?
Well, some people familiar with the matter have just told us at Bloomberg that we're looking at a corporate tax rate, which is the number that everyone looks at, of 20%. That's down from 35% now, although few companies actually pay the full amount because of deductions and exemptions, that kind of thing. Also looking at a 39% top individual tax rate. 35% down from 39% now, with perhaps a one high bracket for super earners. And then things like a repeal of the alternative minimum tax and the estate tax, which of course would benefit high earners and the wealthy. Also something that would allow companies to have a one-time repatriation holiday on their overseas earnings to bring them back and pay the tax once, which would make companies happy with a lot of overseas earnings. So I think this will be viewed as a good package by corporations and particularly high earners.
Exactly. Although, there's so many interesting things we're going to learn, Jodi. You've been following this for so long because we don't know yet about deductions. Corporations' deductions could change as they get this tax break, right? They could be able to shield less, or same thing with individuals. That could change.
Right.
When you've seen how tough it is to get these things through Congress, and at the same time, who doesn't want to give tax cuts if they can? Because at least as you're kind of pointing out, from some corners, that's a big vote getter in a couple years when people in Congress have to run for office again.
That's right. I mean, obviously, the administration is putting a lot of muscle behind this, and Congress wants this, too. This is something that Paul Ryan, the House Speaker, who used to be the chair of the House Ways and Means Committee, the tax writing committee in the House, really wants to see. However, tax reform is extraordinarily hard to do. The last full rewrite of the U.S. tax code was in 1986. It's really hard to get through, and we just saw the difficulty that Congress had repealing Obamacare, which they had vowed to do. They've been trying to do for almost 7 years now. So it's going to be a very, very heavy lift. Yet this is something that will be, priority one on the Republicans' agenda.